Use mesh analysis to find the current I0 in the circuit of figure 3.20. Okay, so we are given this circuit here and we are given three meshes, I1, I2, and I3. So we can do KVL for each mesh, right? Okay, let's exactly do that. Let's do KVL at loop I1. Loop and mesh is the same, right? And KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. Good. Let's start with this 24-volt voltage source. And here the current is entering from negative terminal. So we will have minus sign. And then the voltage is 24. Good. And then we move on to this 10 ohm resistor plus. So we'll have 10 ohm there. But to get voltage from resistance, we multiply it by the current. However, there are two loop currents that flows through this 10 ohm resistor, right? I1 and I2. But currently we are working on I1, so I1 always takes priorities. So I will have I1 here. And then here I2 is flowing to the opposite direction. So I have minus I2 here. Good. And then let's move on to this 12 ohm resistor. So we will have 12. And we can do same game here. Here I1 flowing to the opposite direction of I3. But I1 always came first because we are working on I1. So I have I1 here. And then minus I3. Good. And then all of that will equal to 0. Okay. Now let's do some simple arithmetic here. So we'll have 10 I1 minus 10 I2. And then we will have plus 12 I1, then minus 12 I3. And then let's move this 24 to the right hand side. So I have 24. Okay, and then 10 plus 12, that will be 22. 22 of I1. Then minus 10 of I2. And then minus 12 of I3. And all of that will equal to 24. Okay, let's save this as equation number 1. Good. Now let's move on to KVL at loop I2. Let's do exactly that. KVL at loop I2. KVL said that the sum of the voltage in a loop will equal to 0. And now let's start with this 10 ohm resistor. Okay. But here I1 flowing to the opposite direction of I2. But currently we are working on I2. So I2 always takes priorities. So I will have I2 here. And then subtracted by the current that flows to the opposite direction. So I have I2 minus I1. Good. And then let's move on to this 24 ohm. So we have plus 24. And the only current that passed through it is I2. So I have I2 here. And then we will have 4 ohm there. So I will have plus. We are working on I2. So I2 came first. But here I3 is flowing to the opposite direction. So I have minus I3. All of that will equal to 0. Good. Now let's simplify this. So we'll have 10 I2 minus 10 I1. And then plus 24 I2. And then plus 4 I2 minus 4 I3. And that will equal to 0. So we will have minus 10 I1. And then 10 plus 24, that will be 34. Then 34 plus 4, that will be 38, right? So I have plus 38 of I2. And I3 only have from this term here. So we'll have minus 4 I3. And all of that will equal to 0. Now we have our second equation. Good. We still need to do KVL, but this time at loop I3. So let's do that. So we will have KVL at loop I3. And again, we have it. Sigma V is equal to 0. Let's start from this 12 ohm resistor. So we'll have 12 multiplied by I3. We are currently working on I3 here, so I3 always came first. So have 12 I3, then minus I1 that is flowing to the opposite direction. Then let's move on to this 4 ohm. So I will have 4, then multiplied by I3, always came first I3, but here I2 flowing to the opposite direction. So I have minus I2. And then here we have another voltage source, but dependent one, but that is the same. So the loop entering from the positive terminal, so I will have positive sign, and I will have for I0. And all of that will equal to 0. But let's see here, what is I0? I0 here is equal to I0 flowing down, and the one that is flowing down is I1, right? So I will have I1. And then I2 is flowing up, so I'll have minus I2. So we can just plug in this one here into this one here. So I0 is I1 minus I2. So I have I1 minus I2. And all of that will equal to 0. Okay, so now we will have 12 I3 and then minus, what is it? 12 I1 and then plus 4 I3, then minus 4 I2 and then plus 4 I1 and then minus 4 I2. All of that will equal to 0. Good. Now we will have minus 12 plus 4. That will be minus 8 I1. Okay, and then for I2, I will have minus 4 and minus 4. So we'll have minus 8 of I2. Then for I3, I will have 12 plus 4. And we will have plus 16 of I3. And that will be our third equation, which is equal to 0. Okay. So we have 3 equations with 3 variables. We should be able to solve them, right? So we have 3 equations and 3 variables. The fastest way to solve this is by using calculator. Okay, so let's set this up here as equation solver, which is this button, and then number 5. We need 3 variables, so we will have number 2. Then let's plug that in, the coefficients of each equation. So I have 22, and then minus 10, and then minus 12, and then 24. Good. And then we'll have minus 10, then 38, and then minus 4, and then that will equal to 0. Okay, and then the last one, minus 8, and then minus 8, 16, and 0. Okay, we will have I1 here is 2.25. Okay, so we'll have I1 is equal to 2.25 ampere. And then I2 is the Y value here. So we will have 0.75. Okay. And then what is I3? I3 is equal to 1.5. Okay, so I have 1.5 ampere. But the question is asking us about I0. However, we have already I0 here. I0 is I1 minus I2. So I have 2.25 minus 0.75. So that means that I0 is equal to, what is it? 2.25 minus 0.75. And we'll have 1.5. So we'll have 1.5 ampere. And that is the final answer for this question. I0 is 1.5 ampere. And I think that's all for this problem. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.